Welcome back to the channel, guys. Judo Sloth here. I hope you're having a good one. Today I have the privilege of sharing with you Legend League attacks by the professional team MCES. Now, they took second in the World Championships last year, and I had the privilege of commentating their attacks live over on Facebook. Now, this was just before the update hit, and I've been meaning to share this footage with you because some of their attacks were incredible. Queen Charge Lalo attacks, hybrid, so many amazing strategies, tearing apart bases. And basically, guys, I've been at work all week, all day. You know that I work on the front line. I'm a respiratory therapist, and when I got home from work today, I've been live on Facebook for the past few hours. I was able to stream the ESL Meisterschaft event. If you're not following me on Facebook, facebook.com/judosloth. I do live streams there, as with Twitch. All of the information is in the description. But I know I had promised you the Valkyries in Legends League. I want to apologize, but know that video will come tomorrow. But I thought it was an ideal opportunity to bring you the epic gameplay of MCES in action. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we have Tryhard now with the Lalo for MCES. Let's find out if this one is as successful as the previous Lalo attack that we have seen. So the Sui hero portion coming in, trying to get the Town Hall, which is good because that allows the Grand Warden's ability to be used elsewhere. You don't have to use it on the Giga Bomb. And look, the Giga Bomb literally took out a couple of barbarians. Such good value, but also trying to get a wizard or two on the outside to pull the queen into the middle, which is where the enemy archer queen is. So that one wizard on the outside is doing a good job. The king not taking out the wizard tower in the center, I thought was going to be a good play. Yes, it is, because that pulls the queen back in. Had that not have been there, then she might not have done that. Takes down one air defense, two air defense, doesn't get the queen. However, that was incredible because it means we've got the Skelly spell for the queen, and now the Lalo can take the rest of the base. I apologize, guys, we were focused on the top, but down to the bottom we've seen the Yeti blimp and the Royal Champion taking the south. This looks very, very good for Tryhard. Balloons circling this area. The scatter shot does indeed go down. There is the freeze onto that area with the skeleton spell for the queen. The only thing is getting through the bomb tower quick enough, and I do like that the the Grand Warden's ability was used in this area because it does protect the skellies a little bit. However, queen does survive. Can he power through, given that he's done such a good job? Oh, the balloons are tracking around the scattershot, sending balloons in from each area. This looks very, very good for Tryhard, as he still has a lava hound. Ideally, he would like that to pop. Lots of balloons. We've got a couple of minions trying to take down the enemy queen. Snipes off the Grand Warden, but staying out of her radius. All of the balloons, lava pups, and the minions will take out the rest of the base before moving across and blasting into Rising Legends Clan Castle, giving Tryhard the 3 stars, using Lalo yet again here in Legends League. Incredible action. Tryhard again straight in with the Lalo. Can we make it yet another 3-star attack with the Lalo? I don't know if it's even possible. He is an animal. He's a machine. He is indescribable as to how good as a player he is. And you've seen it already. Lalo again and again and again beating Legend League bases. So let's have a look at this one. Starting at the bottom. Again, very similar to the attack we watched previously, coming in from the opposite side to the Town Hall, using the Sui heroes, and the one wall break will hopefully give them access to the enemy queen here. That's good. They do open it up. He doesn't have the ice golem. Normally he takes an ice golem just to try and tank for that queen. Interesting that we don't see that. In fact, Maybe we're getting this mixed up. Maybe it's Synthé with his Hog Rider attack that takes the Ice Golem. I think that might be right. This is pretty good from Tryhard though, taking out not just the enemy queen, but the sweeper and also pathing. Look at the pathing that has been created here, guys. Wow, this is pretty epic, I've got to admit. I mean, 30% of the base gone with just heroes, but pathing is everything. Lalo probably going to start from 8 o'clock. We've got the battle blimp coming in for the Eagle Artillery, and there comes the Lalo. Now, because pathing will easily get created with the Expo in the center and the Eagle, he starts the Lalo early. Down comes the Yetis. Interesting that we don't see a Rage here, because the Yetis have potential to get both scatter shots, which really would be helpful. Decides to... oh, he might get them anyway, guys. Lalo comes around. He does indeed get them, so saves onto that Rage for the balloons over the Town Hall. Very quick and epic analysis to recognize that he could do that. This is the difficult bit, but freezes the sweeper in the nick of time, and one balloon gets it. Is it going to happen? We've got a haste for the back end wizard tower and multi. Plenty of time, plenty of balloons. Hastes early. You never want to haste too late. Gets the balloons there. Oh, they might path around here. If he can get a bit of a split and get some to go to the multi, he does. He's got two there, and that might be enough to just get the damage started so that the main pack comes through. And I really do not know what to say about Tryhard here, because we again see a 3-star in Legends League against Town Hall 13 with Lalo, and incredibly comfortable as of that. Tryhard again. You are getting a Lalo special. Remember, Tryhard was in the final. He got the 1-star for MCES in the final match against Nova. Nobody could have writ it, but he was the MVP up until that point because he was getting non-stop 3-stars. You have seen how powerful he is with the Lalo, so let's find out if he can replicate the success here. Sends in everything, the cavalry, to the bottom area of the base where you know there is a ton of damage, but if you can control everything successfully, then you can do well. The Skelly spell was used in that area, and also the freeze in order to help out. Really hoping that the queen gets the Town Hall, which she will with that ability, and that's pretty good value for a Lalo. We've taken the Town Hall, we've taken the Tesla farm, and we have taken the enemy queen as well, so very good to set up the Lalo. Where will the battle blimp be used? I thought it might have been used to get into that area with the Eagle Artillery, but Tryhard really looking for pathing here. Royal Champ's ability has got to be used. Oh, he didn't get it off. He didn't get it off. He was trying his best to merge everything together in terms of the Royal Champ at the bottom and the Yeti across to the right, and he missed the Royal Champion's ability with the single there. Should have probably just pressed it as soon as he put the Royal Champion in, but let's find out if the Lalo can get this done. I think it's going to be difficult with the 2 back-end scatter shots, but Tryhard does have 3 freeze spells, a rage and a haste, so plenty of spells in the bag. Decides to use a freeze to get not just the single but the wizard tower. That's a smart play there. Uses that Grand Warden's ability, the rage, the freeze in this area. It is looking good as the balloons circle right on top of the scatter shot. Down it goes with the rage. Tryhard, the Lalo expert. If you didn't think that Lalo was working at Town Hall 13, then you need to watch this. You need to share it with your friends and your clanmates so that they can see how impressive it is. I'm not even going to try and attempt to count the amount of balloons that Tryhard has left. That is what makes a top player. Come on, Arium. I'm cheering you. The chat is cheering you. We've got the hybrid. But it's a difficult one, look, because the Town Hall can't really be battle blimped because of the sweeper, unless he throws that. Probably the blimp, yes, down towards one of the scatter shots. So in it comes, with the rage, pops it over that scatter shot, down it goes very quickly. Yetis will get to work. Obviously, if you do have a hero in the area with lots of defenses, it can be worth using that rage to quickly get onto the defenses, and down they all go. That was very, very nice by Arium. Uses the poison to slow and get rid of all of the troops, which goes on the inside. That's a perfect poison, by the way. Also slows down the Barbarian King just as a nice little touch for if the Queen steps forward to take down the King. A poison will do very, very little damage onto a hero, but essentially it slows their attack speed. Not really necessary though, because the King will go straight down, and we now have perfect pathing for the Queen up to the Town Hall. I like it. It's looking good so far. Wall breakers trying to give us access to the single target Inferno. Can Arium get it? Come on, we really need that single, because that will really do damage to the Queen. Look at that one wall break setting off the giant bomb like that. I like it. Queen steps in. Do we have a freeze? Yes, we do, and it is used perfectly. Arium really on top form here with this attack. Hogs and miners come in. Now we need the King to power this area relatively quickly in order to keep the miners on the inside and going for the Town Hall. Queen with the healers steps up. She does use the ability and has to use it early, which is nice because the Archer Queen goes down and the Eagle. The healers decided to go to the Hogs and miners, which is not necessarily a bad thing as long as the Queen could get the value. She got the value, but it's actually good that the healers go back to the Queen because now she can take the Royal Champ and tank the Expos down the bottom as the Hogs and Miners come through. I don't want to jinx him, but I think this is looking incredibly good. I can't see how anything could have been any better for Arium here, as the Barbarian King has created the most perfect funnel. The Hogs and Miners have been on the inside the entire time. The Yeti Blimp was perfect. The Queen Charge was perfect. The funneling, we didn't really show it, but up to the Town Hall was happening over and over in order to allow the Hogs and Miners in at the perfect time. And with 30 seconds left, a maxed out Town Hall 13 base is annihilated with the hybrid, and that is what top players can do when you let them loose in Legends League. Another beautiful 3-star for Arium. So Arium will be using his hybrid attack. We have the battle blimp, and again, you get 30 seconds of Legends League. That's not a long time, guys, in order to scout the base and in order to decide what it is that you want to do. Maybe we will see the battle blimp come to the Town Hall, then the Queen walking in at the side, or maybe the battle blimp to the Eagle Artillery. Could be an interesting approach as well. Arium slowly taking his time. Now, when you use the Queen Charge, you can also spend an extra couple of seconds trying to analyze the base and figuring out what you want to do. One black bomb takes out a healer. Unfortunate, because the coconut loon then comes in. You're not normally expecting the black bomb to be on the outside per se, but Arium does indeed lose it. Queen doesn't want to step in. She's going on that outside, and since the single target Inferno is there, has to burn a freeze, but that can be used in combination with the battle blimp and the Yetis. One more balloon coming forward, does get a black bomb over to that Town Hall area. Yetis continue to do what they can, but against the Barbarian King, it is a tough fight. We will see Hogs and Miners though straight into the Town Hall. Here come the Miners. You always want to put the Miners in first, guys, because the Hogs are quicker and you need to activate the Town Hall as well, so that will go down. Nice early ability of the Grand Warden helps the Hogs through, but they do then struggle as they get slowed down by the Giga Bomb. Let's find out as they come through. One scatter shot goes down to the Queen. Next one is frozen. Lots of Hogs and Miners coming through, but look at all of the giant bombs in the middle. Really would have been good to have the Grand Warden's ability, but Arium, quick reflexes, gets a heal spell in order to help out. This looks good with 1:20 left. I don't quite want to jinx it like the last attack that we watched, but with 1:20, lots of Hogs and Miners tearing apart the base, and the Queen continuing to come around, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but the only difficulty is 2 wizard towers. Now, Arium uses 2 balloons to try and take that mortar. Main focus of that is to push the troops into that little compartment. You do not want them going on the outside. Uses the Royal Champ's ability early again, out of range of the single, so she directly targets the single. She then has a chance to take it down, but unfortunately does not. Now, it's not going to be that costly because there's so many miners in the area that they really should get this done, but the Queen will be next on the hit list for the single target inferno. Miners with that one healer will get through the wizard tower onto the single and take a bow Arium as he comes through with the hybrid for a 3-star. The Lalo. Will it get done? Non-stop action today, guys. Legend attack after legend attack. I want to thank MCES for inviting me. What a privilege to be able to do this with such a top team. Really high level players. You guys will be able to learn something, and like I said, be sure to show them some love over on Twitter. Now on this one, we have lured out the clan castle with a couple of wall breakers. Identifies that only really needs 1 layer of wall break, so uses them to lure the ice golems to the opposite side of the base. Now this is an interesting start, mainly because we're already 30 seconds in, so obviously feels like the Lalo can get this done quickly, and the king and queen come into the opposite side. Trying to not zoom in too far that you can't see the ice golems on the other side. That is an archer trying to keep them inside the poison and the baby dragon. The royal champion steps up, manages to get the ability off, gets damage onto these buildings, but I think he wanted more than that. Queen's ability goes off and doesn't quite get the enemy queen. She will indeed go down. No, that's not ideal, guys. That is not ideal. Really, the queen was wanted there. Now, there is a skelly spell, but the difficulty is she is in between 2 wizard towers and a multi-inferno. So he's going to have to delay the skelly spell until the splash damage goes down, or he can freeze it. That's the difficult part here. So let's find out. Uses the freeze on the queen. Is the skellies in? Yes, they are. They're already in. Obviously, feels like he can surround the area and does indeed do that. Battle blimp onto the town hall. Balloons charging forward, but they're very low health at this point. It's good that they split away from the town hall. The Yetis inside will secure that, and the Grand Warden's ability sends the balloons over to the back end with the Yeti mites. Bounce. Oh no, they missed the wizard tower. That would have been huge for the balloons, but 1 or 2 come across and take it anyways. I think we are going to be getting a 3-star here with the Lalo. 1 minute left and plenty of balloons. It's all about the air defense. If we can get the expo, which we do with the Grand Warden, Yeti bomb coming across, or the Yeti mites, sorry. Is it enough? We've got a lot of minions and lava pups. I might have spoke too soon. All of the Yeti mites now coming across. Can they get the air defense? Not quite. This is a race against the clock, but the minions and lava pups are going down quickly because of the king. Yes! The Yeti mites do get the air defense. The Grand Warden might outrange the Archer Tower. 95. We have seen agonizingly close attacks. Come on, the storage. Do not tell me it's another 99. 13 seconds. Grand Warden has to get this storage. He's got... Oh, it's such low health that he gets it. The 3 stars for MCES. Here we go again. We have Tryhard coming up against quite a common Legend League style troll base. Now, the layout here is pretty interesting, we've got to admit, but I really want to focus into this area. Now, I always get an urge whenever I am attacking to attack straight into that, and it really is difficult to do. However, a lot of the pro players, they can do it. They've got the skills to do it. What have we got? We've got the king and queen at the opposite side of the base, though. Interestingly, Tryhard using that LavaLoon attack again. Oh, I like this. So, wow. Wow, we already take down a couple of black bombs. We could have expected them over to the other side, but maybe this defender was thinking people would try and battle blimp into the eagle. Tryhard not falling for that. He doesn't even have it, to be fair, but he's not falling for that. Uses the Royal Champion to take down the Eagle, and also it means that even if, yes, she gets the sweeper, but it really doesn't matter. The sweeper was eradicated, but take a zoom out here, guys, and just look at the value that Tryhard has got for literally suing the heroes. The battle blimp will take the center. Meanwhile, the Lala will come in from 6 o'clock is the assumption. Wow, this looks good. This does look good. He needs the funnel set first. Sending that battle blimp in. There it goes to get the center with the Yetis inside, and they can then go on a mission because the battle blimp took down the single in no time. This looks very, very good. We have 4 freeze spells which will continually freeze the scatter shots and the town hall. Here we go. Tryhard, let's finish it off in style, buddy, with the freeze spells. Does miss a scatter shot, decides to freeze it. Interestingly, even though it was on the Lava Hound, he's got enough freezes left over though, guys. Check it out as the balloons swarm this area. Ice golems coming out of the clan castle trying to do anything to defend, but it's not going to happen for them as the balloons come through. He's got a couple onto the air defense under haste. 1 minute left and not a lot of base left. Tryhard is coming in clutch for you with a very impressive LavaLoon attack. I don't think anybody would have expected when they saw the base that it would go down so impressively to a Lalo attack. That is the caliber of Tryhard and the caliber of MCES. I'm telling you, keep an eye on the qualifiers because you will be seeing this team and they will be very much at the top of Legends League each season as well. We seen it last time. Now the balloons wanted to go after the ice golems. I might have spoke too soon here. Tryhard needs a split. He needs some balloons to go to the top and some to the bottom, but they don't. Oh my word, it's going to be a 99%. That is heartbreaking because it was so good. Such a strong attack, so close and yet so far, and 8 trophies is huge when you are at this high level. I feel I'm partly to blame for the awful jinx on that one. So we've got killers of the MCES clan, obviously. Killers using the hybrid attack, and this is more of the ring style bases that sometimes you do want to use a queen charge to walk around one area of the base. Sometimes these can be good for the Yeti smash. If you can walk the queen one way, walk the Yetis the other, and battle blimp the middle, it can sometimes work out. So on this one, Killers is sending in the queen towards the clan castle. That is going to ensure that the clan castle troops don't mess with the hogs and the miners. And particularly in this meta where you see 3 ice golems a lot of the time, it's helpful, guys. You don't want to hit 3 ice golems with the hogs and the miners in the middle of the base, so that's why a lot of the time the queen charge will come in from that area. Not to mention that we have the scatter shot over here as well, so that's going to be pretty good here as the queen steps up, takes down a couple of other defenses, but a rage needs to come in. I feel that rage, well, I don't know. I was going to say it was used a tad too late. Maybe it was, because they still haven't got this queen to full health. However, they've kept her going, and yeah, I guess it was. The later you can use the rage, the better. But the difficult part here is that the queen's going around. So, the adaptations that Killer makes is to send the hogs and miners in to try and send the queen back around to the scatter shot, but it didn't quite work. The ability goes off, but she's gone, and it is history. So the scatter shot to the right hand side will be doing a lot of work onto all of these troops. Hogs and miners clearly stuck in the tornado trap as they just sit and wait unless there's skelly spells in the area. Often you do see skeleton traps around the town hall area, but it goes down. We've still got a lot of force moving through, and very smartly using placing the freeze onto the area with the scatter shot. Now, if Hogs and Miners still come around, this could be the 3, guys. I think Killers might just get this. Although we have the scatter shot, it doesn't really matter because there's not a lot of base left. We still have a couple of troops to spend on the outside of the base. The Royal Champ's ability goes off to try and help, and the healers are certainly keeping us alive. It's all going to rely on the single target Inferno. Uses the wall breakers to try and tank it for the one balloon to come through. That will do a couple of things. It does try and get the single, but it was very unlikely to get there. It tanks for the scatter shot, which allows the little troops to continue coming through. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, the Queen gets locked by the single though, so it's not going to happen. The balloon gets to the single target Inferno. Can we get this? Yes, we do! The balloon takes it, and Killers wraps it up with a very nervy but very impressive 3-star. So I hope you enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed commentating it. Just to let you know, all of the attacks that were recorded, I put together in the video in different orders. So I might have been referencing attacks that were happening during the live stream that then weren't in the video. So do just know that, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you do want to see more videos like this. I used to do a series where I would just showcase pro player attacks in Legends League. Maybe I'll bring that back so you get to see what armies they are using. But thank you so much for the support recently on the channel, guys. I do really appreciate it. If you want to see yesterday's video where we used the Valkyries after we first unlocked them, it's on the screen. I've put it right there on top of my face, in fact. So I will see you across there, but if not, I will see you again here on the channel tomorrow. Stay home, stay safe, and have a good one.